chosen ones, empaths, the narcissist messed up their life and they know it. You've got to understand, they know it now. They've been out there. They've gone over to those greener pastures, inverted commas. They left you high and dry. And now they know who the true king is or who the true queen is and where they really want to be. They want to be with you. They realize it now, but it's too late. They didn't appreciate your presence. Let them deal with your absence. They didn't want to appreciate you when you was around. They didn't want to value you when you was around. So let them deal with your absence now. The narcissist messed up their life and they know it. They realize now with their dusty new supply in the dusty house, and they're looking in their dusty new supply's eyes and they're thinking, oh, geez, I shouldn't have done this. What have I done? What have I done? They're backtracking. They're introspecting. They're reflecting. They're ruminating. They've just got all these feelings towards you. And they know that you're out there getting stronger. And they know with each passing day, it's a day that you stop to focus on them. They know with each passing day, you're getting stronger. They may not be aware that you're watching this kind of content. They probably are not aware that you're watching this type of content at all. So they're hoping that you're the same old person. But you've been watching videos like this one and other videos. And you're increasing your value. And you're developing. And you've been through the pain. You've been through the trenches. You've got a few scars on your heart. But what happens with scars? The skin thickens. You get tougher. You get thick skin. They weren't ready for that. But they're distraught. They're out there. Imagine, just let's empathize with them. Imagine seeing something so perfect, so wonderful. And you're looking at it. And you say, I'm going to go over there. Just like being in a desert and you're so thirsty and you see a well or you see a pool of water in a desert and you're thinking, right, I'm going to quench my thirst. And you get over there and you start pouring the water in your mouth only to be replaced with sand because it's a mirage. They fell into the entrapment of the illusion. They saw this wonderful world without you and didn't realize it's going to come crashing down on them. Some of you find this hard to believe. Some of you don't believe me. But it's true. I know it's true. Because I know the value in you. You see, this channel is created for empaths and chosen ones alike. And when we love hard. And we give our best. We give our best to these dusty weirdos that they are. We give our best to them. And they took us for granted. They took us for granted. You see, another reason why they realized they messed up their life is because some of these lot believed in God, some of them didn't. But after being with someone else and it doesn't equate to what they used to get with us, you know, after being with someone else and it just doesn't fulfill them the same way, they realize God's there, they realize the universe is there and it's watching them. And they realize how they've been double-crossed and tricked to go off away from us. And they've let their prized possession, because that's how they look at us as a belonging, they've let their prized possession go free. And they're just hoping that they damaged us enough for us to be stupid enough to let them back in our lives. I'm not calling you stupid here if you have let them back in your life before. Don't get me wrong, I'm not calling you stupid. But that's in their minds what they're hoping. That's all they're hoping for. They're hoping that we're foolish enough to let them back in. And this is why we get the Hoovers. They're checking your temperament. They always want to check your temperament. They always want to check what's going on inside your head. Please press the like and the subscribe button. Help your brother out. It will take 2 seconds of your time. Thank you. But you are now even higher value than you were when you were with them. Because you've been through this pain. You've been through this experience. This experience has molded you. But the narcissist doesn't grow. They don't ascend. There's no ascension with their game. They don't grow. They don't develop. And all they can think about is how they took the wrong turning. That's what haunts them day and night. How they made the wrong decision to leave you. Please, please, people, if you're still watching their social media, call it a day and stop looking at it. Because they know you're looking at it. And they're displaying everything on there for your eyes only. They're displaying everything on there that they live in this perfect world for your eyes only. So please stop looking at it. Cut the cord, pull the plug. Stop looking at it. These narcissists are miserable now. They're pretending they're not. But they monkey branched off to this dusty new supply. You know what happens with rebounds in normal situations. When you run into it, if you have a rebound with someone, it's not great. It's not the best thing ever. You feel disgusted after. This is how they feel with their new supply. Who they've actually married, probably even proposed to, or got married to, or had children with. And now they're tied together with this new supply. And this new supply is possibly a narcissist feeding off them. And they're thinking of the days when they used to have you in their life. Someone they could trust. Someone they could rely on. Someone that loved them wholeheartedly. It's not easy to find this kind of love that we emit. It's not easy to find that kind of love that we produce. It's not. And if you think for a second that this narcissist picking someone at random, jumping into bed with them, is going to be better than you, then you don't hold yourself in high regard. And the whole thing I want you to work on now is knowing your value. You see, this all comes with the healing journey. The longer you're on the healing journey, the longer you start to realize your value. The more you start to realize the value, the longer you're on your healing journey. I want you to realize your value. I want you to understand your value. I want you to understand why the narcissist picked you in the first place. The narcissist picked you because you were high value. You might be down at the moment, but you are high value. You still are high value. This is why the narcissist picked you. But they were in such a state of intoxication by having such potent supply that we used to produce. They fell into the mirage of thinking that they can find this anywhere they go. That's what they thought. They didn't appreciate what you were. They felt like, oh, if I can get this with them, I can get this elsewhere. That's what they thought in their heads. But they can't get it elsewhere because you're unique. And even for the people in the comment section that are going to say, what about if they meet an empath? What about if they meet a chosen one? Just like you, just because they meet a chosen one or an empath and they don't appreciate them, just like they didn't appreciate you, they're still going to be so caught up on you and not realize there's another chosen one or another empath in their lives. Because these lot monkey branch. They don't give themselves time to heal. They go from relationship to relationship to relationship to relationship. They don't give themselves time to heal. That's why I say healing is the most crucial part of this whole adventure that we've been on. Yes, it's an adventure. We've been on the highs, we've been on the lows, and we're in a low spell at the moment, right? But the answer is not jumping in with someone else. That's only going to confuse the situation. That's only going to prolong our healing. But the narcissist is seriously messed up in their heads now. They're seriously distraught. Because they're in this new situation. They may have ties now, children, marriage. Their families know them. They've smeared us so badly. They've told everyone we're the worst thing in the world. How can they possibly walk down the road with us? So they've got this whole false pretense that they've set up about us. But really deep in the core of them, they want us back. They're obsessed with us. Remember I made the video recently about the difference between obsession and love. It's not love that they've got for us. It's obsession. And this obsession irritates them. It irritates them. If you're getting hoovers, if you're getting phone calls, if you're getting texts, if you're getting things on social media, or even if you're just feeling like someone's watching you, they probably are. These lot are weirdos. And they were lucky to have us. So let's leave them. They didn't want to appreciate, as I said earlier on, they didn't want to appreciate your presence. So let them deal with your absence now. Let them face the world without you and see how easy it is. Because it's not going to be easy. We were their pick-me-up. We were the ones when they faced problems in life. We were the ones that gave them the answer to those problems. They took that for granted. We were the ones that solved their issues. They took that for granted. We were the ones that helped them in their time of need. They took that for granted. They took it all for granted. And they felt like they could go over to some greener pastures when the grass is not really greener. And they felt like they could find that with someone else. Because they've got this shiny object syndrome. Where they see a shiny object. They see some shiny grass. Where they think from a distance. But they get over there and it's some dusty grass. It's some dusty yellow grass. It's some astroturf like the commenter, the subscriber mentioned in a comment. They get over there and they realize this isn't grass at all. What the hell was I thinking? But what do you do in that situation if you're them? They've smeared us. They've dragged our name through the mud. They've said things. They've put us on silent treatment. They've treated us like trash. They've abused us. They've told everyone we're nothing. They don't want anything to do with us. How do they work their way back? How do they rebuild that bridge that they burned? It's very hard for them to come back unless you're a revolving door. Unless you're one of these people that's just going to let them back in. Let them back in like nothing happened just because you can't tolerate being alone. I understand you feeling lonely. I understand you feeling like you can't find anyone else. I can understand that. But I'm just asking you, give it time. You will find someone else. You'll find someone else better. You'll find someone so much better than them. If you just give it time. We're not in a rush, are we? We don't need to be in a rush. We don't need to be in a rush at all. Because the priority right now is our healing journey. That's the priority. Us healing, us getting better, us not relying on substances or alcohol to defeat our pain, us facing the reality of life and getting through this. That's what's priority right now. They're not priority, but you're their priority. Believe you me, even though they're with someone else, you're their priority. You're the person they want to be back with. You're the person they need back in their lives to feel fulfilled. It's crystal clear, as blue as the sky. it's so patently obvious that these lot are in dire need of us. And we hold the keys to their heart. We hold the keys to them. These lot don't ascend. These lot don't get wiser. These lot stay the same. If you were separated from one of these lot for like 5-6 years and you ran into them in the street, they would be like a total stranger to you. Do you know why? Because you've grown so much. They'll be the same. They'll be doing the same thing, working the same job, doing the same stuff. If they've even got a job. These lot can't even hold down jobs. But they'll be in the same place. Now, I'm not saying nothing about no one getting promotions or anything here. I'm just trying to say they wouldn't have evolved. They'll still have the toxic bad habits. They'll still have these toxic traits. They wouldn't have gained wiser. If anything, they would have become more manipulative, more slimy, more snaky. That's the best that they're going to get. Become more of a snake. They might have shed their skin a few times, but they'll still be the same old snake. It's often why they don't even want to confront you. It's often why they resort to social media. They resort to social media to reach out to you, or texts or phone. They don't even want to let you see them in the street. Some of their skin is peeling. They're decomposing because they haven't got a potent supply source that you used to give them. When you were with them, their complexion might have been bright. Now they don't have you. They're dying out. Struggling to get out of bed in the morning. Struggling to function. Scratching around for remnants of your supply that you used to have. Looking over old photos. Looking at the trinkets they collected from the relationship. That's their way of feeling close to you now. That's their way of feeling close to you. Clutching at those trinkets that they were hoping that you reach out to them and ask back for. How many of you have gone through that? They hold a possession of yours and they don't give it back. How many of you have experienced that? You try and reach out to get it back. You don't get no answer. You don't get it back. It's crazy. They hold those like trinkets, like a murderer. How a murderer will hold trinkets of the victims, or a serial killer will hold trinkets of the victim. That's what these lot do with our stuff, with our possessions. And that's their memory of us. How many times in a day do you think they go into their own consciousness and think about us and meditate on our name? How many of them do you think are doing love spells, black magic, to try and form some kind of connection, sending spirits our way to try and encourage us back to them? Be careful, because this is why. If you start feeling feelings of love for them, you start feeling like you want to be back with them, be careful, because not everything's your own thoughts, not everything's you. They're weirdos. Some of these lot will sit and practice black magic endlessly on all the dark moons of the month, on all the full moons of the month, and all these special occasions that where it's high, where they believe it brings higher power on these certain days of the month. They'll do this stuff to have you back in their lives. Don't believe for a second that you're nothing. You're high value. And it's not another you. And there will never be another you. And this is what drives them insane. Because they're so stupid that they felt like they could find someone who's like you when there's only one you. You're unique. Just because I say chosen ones and empaths and I group us together as a collective, that's because I'm grouping us together. But still, each to our own, we've all got a unique set of traits and a unique set of skills. Some of us are better at other things, some of us are better at this, some of us are better at that, but we've all got our own skill set. So use this time now to find your purpose. Use this time now to find the real person that you want to be with. Forget about them. Forget about these dusty weirdos and leave them high and dry like they left you. Because you know what? It was actually the biggest blessing ever that they ran out on you. It was the biggest blessing ever that they either pushed you too far so you had to cut them off, or they discarded you. One day you'll realize these words that I say ring true, and you'll understand it was the biggest blessing from God or the universe ever to separate you and them. You'll understand this wholeheartedly. Just give it time, because I didn't always think like this, but now I know it was the biggest blessing of my life to be separated from that narcissist, that dusty weirdo. So anyway, just realize they know they messed up their life. They know it. They know they messed up their life. They didn't appreciate your presence then. Let them deal with your absence now for the ever-turning time. So anyway, thank you for watching today. Please press the like and the subscribe button. If you'd like to donate to the channel, you can find the link in the description box. And if you'd like a one-to-one session with myself, you can also find the link in the description box. Currently, I've got a secondary channel, the spiritual channel. So anyway, I'll be back with another video soon. Peace.